Really been a struggle for the Indians to score runs, and for most of the year, Francisco.
Having this guy at the top of your lineup always makes that pitcher's life miserable from the outset.
And Maeda's beaten the Indians twice this year. And Maeda 5 as a team,
which is a franchise that's been around a long time. That would be a franchise. Rely on the in-game video and everything else.
Lindor to center. Buxton back, still going back, and on the edge of the track hauls it in, one away. Another night, maybe without the rain falling, that might have been off or over the
center field wall, but rain coming down, wind blowing. Maybe not the best night to be a hitter, and especially with these two guys on the mound, definitely not the best night to be a hitter.
Put away to Hernandez.
Up like 12-10 or something like that.
Foul back, 1-1.
Go for it, and why not?
Out in front, and it's 1-2. And they both would like to keep it that way. Fouled at the plate. Night game tomorrow night, day game.
Playoff seeding, and said head-to-head matchups, and then the next tiebreaker is division record. So these games are going to be very important, these next 7.
Out in front, strike 3.
So tempting. It looks like it's going to come in at the bottom of the zone, and he's got good depth to that pitch. He's got good arm speed.
And now Ramirez with 2 down, and the base is empty. Fouled away. Ramirez.
You start to lose your strength in that hand. It becomes very difficult to hold the bat.
And a base hit to right, and he's aboard. Nothing wrong with his legs, and so Ramirez, who Santana really struggling from this side of the plate, hitting just 174. On the outside edge, a strike.
It's a good formula for the Twins to try and win against one of the best pitchers in baseball tonight, with Maeda on the mound and being in their own ballpark.
For 10 in stolen base attempts. And they throw over 1-1 to Santana. Breaking ball taken inside, and it's 2-1. Bounce to the right side, easy play. Marlon Gonzalez.
In innings of Tuesday's doubleheader and felt good. So Rocco Baldelli says if there was a green light to play every day from being out there every day for the Twins, which is of course great news, guys.
Yeah, absolutely. Josh was nice. Detroit, he came out of that really feeling good. So that's a real encouraging sign. A tall fly ball into short center. And Buxton has to come in and make the play.
Wind and everything else going on.
Cut on and missed.
He's going to occasionally throw that fastball in there, just to keep you honest.
Poke foul.
To manufacture runs, take whatever they give you, take your walks, and might have to go first or third or whatever it is. Be against a guy like that, they just back off even more and expand the zone even more and let you get yourself out.
They'll face each other in the playoffs, and they've played playoff type games so far in the season series.
He's got some power.
It's hit
away a lot of pitching the last couple of years, so they're counting on guys like this to produce.
Tap to the right side. Sano back to the bag with a better record than Houston, but on the basis of Houston being a second place team in a bad division. Houston was 3, Baltimore 20-22, Detroit 20-23 division, even though they were 3 games below 500. 1-1, and the ball tap foul 1-2. Only if Seattle passes them would it mean Houston wouldn't get in the playoffs. Check swing, strike 3, says home plate umpire Chad Whitson.
Had a whole lot going on. A little slider right here. Looked like he swung. Good call, whether it was on the check swing or the pitch itself, but I think it's also
popped up a foul.
Making the playoffs.
Twins won a World 79 and won the World Series a few years ago. Down and away, won it.
San Diego should still be in the playoffs because they're a very good baseball team and they're fun to watch and all the rest of it. Teams in there, you start it with a 3-game series and see what happens. I just like the fact of having the better record seated higher.
Ground ball to Gonzalez. Real good in Ramirez and Santana. Indians have juggled their lineup around a little bit, moving Lindor to the leadoff spot. But the 4 infielders, I think they're all natural lefties. Missing inside, they just acquired Brett Phillips.
Nobody's.
If Terry Francona didn't do it with the 39-man roster a couple of years ago. 1-1, and the pitch inside, 2-1.
Found ways to win.
Sharply hit and into right center field, a base hit for Hernandez, and a ground ball double play.
A challenge for him to get a double play, but it is possible. It's just difficult with this alignment.
Missing down and in.
The base when Donaldson's expecting the ball and not get anybody out. So good communication there.
Popped up. And Donaldson might have a play into foul ground. Good play by Josh Donaldson. But that's a long run.
Yeah.
And then to deal with the rain coming down. Very good fielding third baseman. Fly ball center field. Buxton's got to come in. Still coming in. 2 down.
See, that's
and the foul line inside. Big reason why the Indians have done so well on the road with incredible. Cut on and missed. 1 and 2.
It's a good sign.
Missing a low. Running.
Around the zone, he uses all his pitches. He reduces weak contact. He does so many things well.
On the outside corner, pinpoint control for Kenta. Resume at some point, but right now the Twins leading the Indians 2-0 going to the 5th, and Tyler Naquin will lead things off.
Well, we came in expecting a pitcher's duel, and that's what we've seen. And Maeda's been better than Bieber so far.
Popped up left field, and Rosario chasing it, and that unable to make the play.
Warning track's out. He sees it. He looked down a little just for a split second before that, and then all of a sudden the wind pushed that ball. Very similar to the way it did for Donaldson, except he's coming in on the ball running at full speed. You see him trying to turn left, just a little too late.
So instead of a first. That's up and away.
Working through a game, working through a lineup.
Dribbled up the right side and backhanded out of his glove.
Sano being ready for this play. You see guys flip with their glove a lot. Very rarely do you see them backhand flip straight out of their glove, but you see him. He stays down. He stays through that ball. Gives Sano a good feed, and Sano correct footwork. Actually has his left foot on the base. Gives Maeda a good target. Nice play right there.
All right, tell me what's going on here. You mentioned that
winter glove. I found them in my jacket. I brought a jacket today, and you know.
Isn't that fun when you get out the winter clothes again? Whatever. 2-0, and now a strike. Pulled foul, tap foul.
Got a good defensive catcher. They got a young arm for their bullpen every day since he's been over here. So you wonder if at some point it's going to click for him. Reached at the big league level, and it's a challenge facing a guy like this.
2-2 to Naylor. Got him. Oh, foul tip. Still alive.
Nice job of adjusting to this role, becoming the everyday catcher with Mitch Garver out in Avila, also injured.
Hit hard. Kind of bring the pitch up into the strike zone, which necessitates hand movement. And now 3-2.
Well, you have to have a good. You just roll out of bed, and all of a sudden, he's this guy. He's worked to become this good behind the plate.
And a walk, and Maeda
double play candidate right here. See if we can get him to hit the ball on the ground.
Squaring the bunt and taking, and he's mixed in now 9 walks. That's it. There's a strike on the outside edge.
You can't really get keyed in on anything.
2-1.
Throw it over for a strike if he needs to.
Tapped foul, 2-2.
But I mean, how much of that do we
To
see?
Perez. Called third strike with a fastball.
Jeffers' instincts were right, though. I mean, that tells you, as a catcher, he's following the game. He's paying attention to what's going on. He's not allowing them just sit on the slider because he's calling enough to do some damage on. But
Busted bat and a roller to short. Flip to second, ends the inning. And we think we've got clear sailing rest of the way. So we got started a little bit late, about 40 minutes late. But we think we're in the clear now to complete this game. Lindor is 0 for 2. Hit a deep drive to center field, caught by Buxton in the first. Bounced out to second in the third, and there's strike one.
Third, you were going to get up in the first inning.
Okay.
In the fourth, it depended. Is that 2 strikes? That foul ball?
And a liner into right field, a base hit. Lindor's aboard, leading off the 6th inning. It's only been one. Lindor is 3 out of 4 in stealing bases.
You're asking me about lineup. I think fourth, and if we didn't score in the first, I knew I was leading off the second inning.
2 strikes.
And I kind of had a plan there as well. I had a lot of opportunities to drive in runs. Well, that depends on who's hitting in front of you, but
Lindor takes off, and the pitch tap.
Whatever gets the ball down there the fastest and the most accurately is the most important thing. You have to make some stuff happen with your legs.
Doesn't go. I've watched this again on the very next pitch.
Well, we saw him throw over a breaking ball. He's anticipating a slider, a changeup, something below the zone, something soft. Like he was leaning there. So Maeda's, he's kind of giving him that. You just don't want him to feel like he can run whenever he wants.
And safe at first. And Sano thinks they got him. He wants him to look at it. The prior.
Sano was immediately came up and acted like he thought he was out. And now they're going to review it. And
yeah, he's out.
Real quick feet right there by Maeda. He showed him a couple slower moves, and then Lindor leaning and wanted to be aggressive, wanting to make something happen. Just
here we go. Out it's first. So they picked off Lindor.
Needs to throw a fastball to be able to keep that runner close and give Jeffers a chance.
And he strikes out.
The momentum is all but gone. But see, that's the difference there. Now he's comfortable. Jeffers can get low. Doesn't have to worry about that runner taking off. You know.
Check swing, foul to 91, but to have that kind of movement away from the bat. 1-1. Fly ball left field, and Rosario coming in. When it's all said and done, Maeda faces
111 miles an hour. Twins have the lead. Maeda's pitch count is in real good shape. Hopefully they'll be able to get another couple innings out of him. Maybe even finish this game off. But still got a long ways to go. 9 outs to get.
Breaking ball in the dirt, ball 1.
It's a real art form.
Well, in Perez's case, I mean, he's had a lot of
behind in the count too, because he never gives in to that pitcher.
Spins a breaking ball over, 2-1.
You throw him strikes.
Fouled away, 2-2. I don't, but at bat after at bat. Check swing. No swing.
Whatever he needed to do to try and win that day.
And that is outside.
The last half of the inning. Nobody out, runners on first and second.
Low ball 1.
Now Cleveland has something going again.
Strike called on the outside edge, 1-1. Not the first time.
Like the other day when we were flying along and you said, well, this game's going really quick.
On the outside edge again, 1-2.
Like the Cardinals modified catching stance, be able to get strikes on pitches like that.
Half swing. Did he go? No. Glove. A full foot, right? So it had to be a strike. Ground ball to third. This could be it. It is the first ground ball double play for Maeda this year. And just like
replay first, but nice job by Maeda. See, he throws just enough fastballs to keep you honest, and that ball ran in. Perfect pitch for a ground ball. Just how you draw it up. But If the umpire is depending on the catcher's glove and where the catcher's moving his glove to call balls and strikes, then we're in trouble. If he doesn't have his mind made up when that ball goes, see that clearly, but low and high where that's crossing, if it's crossing at the front of the knee and all the rest of that.
Poke to right, and that double play grounder looming large now with Nick. Naylor with a grounder to second and a walk. Way up and away, ball one. Well, he's hit the ball every bit as hard as Buxton did.
You're surprised to see him challenge with a fastball. Very slow to fast.
Chop to the right side. Playable for Gonzalez, getting rid of it quickly. And on this special day where we remember what happened 19 years